Hey there, good looking. Join me for this all levels strength training program for women. Now listen up. This is a strength workout. There is no cardio, none of that funny stuff, no hit, nothing. It is pure strength. We have a variety of movements that will hit all the muscles in the body, and I'd love for you to grab what you consider are a pair of moderate dumbbells for you, as well as a pair of heavy dumbbells. And the heavies will be used for your presses, your chest presses, your rows, as well as your legs. For reference, I have a pair of 15s and a pair of 20s. All right, let's go get warmed up. All right, let's warm up the body, and then we're gonna jump right into the strength workout. Starting down on the ground for me, please. Take yourself all the way down onto your belly. Place your hands just under the shoulders for me, feet close together. Using your low back extensors, lift up for a mini cobra and then lower. So try not to use your hands. What we're trying to do here is warm up your spine. We're going to be doing some deadlifts and squat patterns and lunges. And all of these extensors down in the base of your back are going to be fired up to help you with the movement. So let's get some blood flow happening and get these extensors warmed up. Now, as you go, you might be able to lift a little higher. But remember, we're going to lift using your low back extensors, not your hands. So as you lift up, maybe even lift your hands up. Hold the shoulder blades together. Let's do one more. Lift up and down. Bring yourself up into all fours. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, left hand behind the ear. Bring the elbow in and then rotate and look up. Working into shoulder and T-spine here. We'll do 6 and then the other side. 2 more. All right, plug this hand right under the shoulder, other hand light behind the ear, and rotate. Let's do one more. Beautiful. Take that left leg, extend it out. We want the inside of the foot resting on your ground, and then bring your hands forward. So when you rock forward, you're over the fingertips, and then sit all the way back on that other heel. Forward and back, working into now that left hip and groin area. And then a little bit too into the shoulders and your back. Gaze is up. Don't let that head drop. Let's do one more. Excellent. Other side. So extend the leg. Inside a foot, resting on your ground, hands in front, and sit back and forward. Back and forwards. When I come forward, my hips are dropping down to the ground. Last 2. One more. Excellent. Final time into all fours here. Wrists under shoulders. Screw the hands into the ground like you're screwing 2 jars. Tuck your toes under and lift the knees up for a bear hover. Now, if this is challenging for you, drop down anytime and then come back up again. But what I want to do, if you're able to hang here with me for about 20 seconds, is that we're warming up into the core, into the quads, into the shoulders, and just breathe. Good job. Last 4 and 3 and 2. And lower the legs. All right. Bring the right foot in front. Tuck the back toe under. Now, no hands. Drive up. Good. Now, let's step back with the other leg. Come all the way down. Good. Now, drive up. If you can't get the knee to the ground, go down as far as you can and work towards it. We need to be able to get ourselves functionally up and off the ground. And this is a great drill to help train you for that. One more each leg. Last leg. Now feet hip width apart. Hands light behind the ears. Push the bum back. Hip hinge for me. Getting ourselves ready for a one-legged deadlift we'll be doing in the workout. Remember, we want that bend from the hip, okay? Not from your waist, not from the belly. Let's do 2 more. Keep those elbows pulled back. 1 more. Beautiful, and shake it out. All right, we got it out 20 seconds before we begin the first movement. So if you need a water, now's a good time. I want you to grab the heaviest set that you have. We're starting with some lunges. We have 3 rounds of them. So if lunges don't work for you, You can do maybe one set of lunges and then follow mini-me and do some standing fire hydrants as your alternative. A little more knee friendly. Otherwise, feet hip width apart, step back with the left leg, come down into the lunge as deep as it feels comfortable for you. Give me a hip hinge, drive up, that same leg again. So we're moving with the lunge, but it's that left leg always stepping back for the full set. We're staying strong in the torso. If we want to hip hinge a bit to turn this a little bit more into a glute dominant move, we can as we come down. Shoulder blades are pinched. Let's do one more. All right. Okay, so 15-second transition. We've got the other leg, and that's our first set. And we have 3 sets total. So let's start with feet hip width apart. So when we step back, our feet stay hip width apart. Here we go. Right foot. Take it back. Come down as deep as you can. Drive up. Good. Shoulder blades. Oh, same right leg. Shoulder blades pulled together. Don't let those shoulders around. Just a light grip on your dumbbells. And breathe. We've got one more rep. All right, first set is done. So again, if you have sensitive knees, maybe this time you'll join mini-me and do some standing fire hydrants for the outer hip. Otherwise, you're with me, feet hip width apart. We're back to that left leg, okay? So let's give it a try. Step back left, coming down as deep as we can. Drive up. Left leg. Drive up. Good. So this program, as I said, it's going to be a strength-based program. We'll probably get about 10 reps in an exercise. Slow and controlled. And this would be a good one that if you wanted to keep it on a regular rotation in your weekly workouts to really build strength, you could. Let's do one more. All right. Probably the most fatiguing thing you're going to find is your grip strength, yeah? So just a light grip, okay? Here we go. Feet hip width. Finishing off the second set. Right foot. Ready, set. Let's go. Good. Now I have a elbow brace on because I've been suffering with elbow tendonitis. So that's why I have this brace on. And that's why I'm also encouraging you not to grip those dumbbells with your dear life. Give the forearms a little bit of a breather. Let them just kind of rest in the bottoms of the hands there. Let's get in one more rep. Woo. All right. Woo. Heart rate's getting up too, isn't it? I know I said there's no cardio in this, but when you work the legs, oh my goodness. The heart responds, right? Legs are big muscles. Here we go. Last set. Left leg. Let's go. Take it down. The bigger the muscle, the harder that heart has to pump to get the blood to that working muscle. So that's why when we train legs, we always get that higher heart rate response. Last set here, and then we're taking it down on the mat, moving into a chest press. So we'll work a little upper body and then some abs. Now, this workout looks a little familiar as we continue on with it. Let's do one more. It is a revamp of the most popular workout I have on YouTube. So I wanted to revamp it with the new set, with the timer, the whole bit, because the original is a few years old. Here we go. Ready, set, step back. It's pre-COVID. That's how old that workout is. And then with this revamped version, I'm giving a better alternative, I think, for your lunges, which is that standing fire hydrant you see mini-me doing there. And then for the ab exercise, I'm going to give an osteo-friendly exercise for my girls who have osteo. Let's do one more. Woo. All right, we're taking it down on the ground. See if you can still keep the heavies. Okay. From this position, we're pressing the dumbbells up for a chest press and lowering down. So let's get set up here. Elbows slightly in front of the shoulders, wrists over elbows, and straighten the arms, press and lower. Now, if you want to add a bit more as we press the arms up, add a glute bridge and then lower the bum as the arms lower. And then exhale as you're pushing the dumbbells up. Dumbbells off to the side. Now, if you have osteoporosis, please don't do this exercise. You'll do a seated V-sit. Otherwise, everybody's with me. We start here for a bicycle crunch. And if that feels too much, you keep one foot on the ground and you do it like so. So I want you to feel this in your abs, not in your low back. So dial it back if that works better for you. Exhale. These are our 2 moves. Just like the lunges, we've got 3 sets. If you want to make this bicycle crunch harder, really extend that leg. Hover it just a couple inches off the ground. Crunch and twist as that knee comes in towards you. Last one. Time. All right, here we go. We've got that moving bridge and chest press. Elbows are going to start slightly in front of the shoulders, just a much nicer positioning for the shoulder joint. Now, as we press up, let's drive the hips up, heels close to the bum and hip width apart, and then lower down. Now, when you lower, make sure those triceps of yours, the back of your arms, hit the ground each rep. Now, where's your exhale? That's right, as you're pushing the dumbbells up. All right, bicycles, or you're doing that V-sit. Now, if you're doing the V-sit, don't slouch. You want that neutral spine and hold it there. Otherwise, here, legs up or modified, feet on the ground. Ready? Go. Slow and controlled. Woo! Feel those abs, no matter which ab exercise you chose to do. All right, come on up. Let's get the dumbbells. Final round, 1 more of each, and then we're moving on. Remember that setup. Feet hip width, heels close to the bum, elbows in front of the shoulders, wrists over elbows, press and bridge, and then lower. Exhale, press and bridge. Dumbbells are ending above the chest, not your head. And be strong with those arms. Don't let them wobble. Shoulders, your shoulder stabilizers have to kick in. Your triceps, pecs, anterior deltoid, front shoulder. A lot going on. And it's all good stuff. All right, here we go. Bicycle. Now again, remember, you keep those feet on the ground and do that lift and knee up if you're feeling your low back on the bicycles. Otherwise, everyone, legs up in tabletop or do the V-sit and go. We're going to stand up after this exercise. One more, and come on up. Woo! Rock yourself up. Now we're going to get into a piston row. So it's important when we do this, and you can have your heavies, is that you have a neutral spine with that, okay? Feet hip width. Push your bum back. Give me that neutral spine, and now row up. Row up. So we want to feel this in your mid-back muscles, your bicep, your forearms for sure, if you've got the heavier. And then you may even feel your low back muscles, the extensors fired up, which is totally fine so long as there's no pain. One more. All right, now we're moving into a sumo squat. So that means a wider stance with the toes turned out. Now, if you want to really weight up on this, and I'm going to do this with my 20s, I'm going to mush them together, hold on to the end. Now I can lift 40. Here we go. Take it down, drive up, knees track with toes. Take it down and drive up. Good. Now you can hold on to 1 dumbbell, 2 dumbbells, or perhaps you're a beginner and you're doing body weight, and then you'll build from there. Try to sink down to the bottoms of your thighs. Your hamstrings are parallel to the floor with every rep. Let's do 1 more. All right, here's round 1. 2 more to go. So where's our setup with this? Piston row, feet hip width. Now soften your knees and push your bum back like you're gonna hit the wall behind you. Now bring your arms in front and row. So there's a lot of core here to maintain this neutral spine. Exhale as that elbow's coming up. You don't have to jam it really high. It's just coming past your body and then lower. When you lower that arm, don't let those shoulders round. Be strong in your posture. Dumbbells are slightly in front of me. Good job. 1 more each arm. And come on up. Okay, awesome. Here we go. Sumo squat. So feet wide, turn the toes out so that the knees and the toes all track in the same direction. Dumbbell held close to the body, lower down, drive up. Good. Yes, strength training made easy. This is version 2. Version 1 was recorded in 2019 and is to date my most popular video. So I thought, why not? Let's do it with the new set, the timer, the alternatives, mini-me, the whole bit. Woo, release. All right, we got 1 more of each and then we're moving on. So feet are hip width for me. Pull those shoulders back and down even before we begin the hip hinge. Beautiful. Now we do that hip hinge. We row, good, and we row. I don't know why this particular workout resonates with so many women. I'm glad that a lot of women, right now over 300,000 women, have enjoyed the workout. It's always my goal. Give you a workout you like. Whew, time. All right, here we go. Sumo squat. It's already enough we got to do in our life that we don't really like. I want you showing up for your exercise, something you enjoy doing. Here we go. Let's take it down. Drive up, push through the heels, and straighten the legs completely. Yeah, I don't know about you, but my day-to-day tasks, I'd have to say a good 25% of them, I don't like doing. Cooking, cleaning, making the bed, laundry, but you do them. You got to be an adult, right? Woo! All right, 1 more. Come on. Ha! All right, we're moving on to a new series, and this is our final series. I'm going to drop down on weight. We'll start with a kickstand deadlift. So we're going to remember that hip hinge. Take the left leg and just kickstand. Now with the right leg only, come down, hinging through the hip, shoulder blades pulled back and down, pushing your bum back like you're trying to seek out the wall behind you. Now, if this feels okay for you, you can pick this left foot up, bend at the knee, and perform a 1-legged deadlift. A lot more challenging. And you'll see I've got my knee bent and I'm sort of pushing my heel up to my ceiling. That does help a bit with balance. Whew. All right, so we'll remember that we did that leg because we've got 1 exercise to do before we do the other leg. Taking 1 dumbbell, I'm going to take my heavier one. Start with the arms straight up for me. Elbows are pointed towards me. Now bend the elbows, let that dumbbell drop behind you and straighten. Now there's a couple of different grips you can do. You can do like I am right now, dumbbell and down, or you can cup the end of the top part of the dumbbell and perform it like so. So you just choose what's going to feel best and what's going to enable you to feel the back of your arms, your triceps. Abs are tight. Straighten the arms each rep. All right, so let's do the other leg deadlift. So we're gonna have that right leg kickstand. We'll start with that. Pushing the hips back, trying to touch that wall, then drive through the heel. Now you go down as low as it feels comfortable, but you wanna maintain that neutral spine all the way. Good, now if you wanna take it up a notch, pick up that foot, press the heel up. Whew, I don't know where my balance is today. Whew. Softness in that working leg. Whew. All right. Final exercise of this circuit. We're moving into alternating bicep curls. Dumbbells hanging down by your side. Alternate left and right. I just have to give my grip strength a bit of a rest. All right, you ready? Here we go. Dumbbells down by your side. Now tighten up that core. Pull those shoulders back and down. Curl, rotate the pinky up towards you, lower, don't swing, and do the other side. Exhale as you curl up. Then slowly lower those straightened arms. We're not swinging, we are being strict with our form. Abs are engaged, so pull that belly button in towards the spine. Nice job. All right, we're going back to that deadlift. Maybe you're like me, got to shake out the hands. So we'll kickstand the left leg. So the right leg's going to be your working leg, or you can bring that left leg completely off the ground if you'd like. Ready? Let's get set up. And then you may drop that foot in between your rep just to re-steady yourself. Last couple of reps. One more. All right. Before we do the other leg, so remember what leg you just did. Before we do the other one, let's do our triceps. So you can hold on to a lighter dumbbell or maybe grab onto the heavier one. Remember, you've got those two grip options. Stagger your stance, tighten up the core, arms straight, lower right down behind the head. Straighten the arms completely. Last one. All right, bicep curls. So bend your knees, or sorry, deadlift, other leg. Bend your knees so to pick up your dumbbells, not your back. All right, so now let's kickstand the right leg. So I'll go to my side. Start with that hip hinge, learn that, get that, understand it. And then if you want to pick the leg up, go for it. So sometimes we've got to keep the training wheels on if we can't get the movement. So if you're having a hard time figuring out neutral spine, hip hinge, all that jazz, firing up your core, don't lift the leg. All right, it's just going to make it harder. Learn the basics first and then progress. Okay, alternating curls. Just need to shake out my hands. I need a bench so I don't have to bend for my dumbbells each time. Showing my age, aren't I? All right, ready? And go. 40-year-old PJ never would have said that. 53-year-old PJ is a little smarter. All right, now go really slow on the way back down, or what we call the eccentric loading of the muscle. So as that bicep lengthens, take it slow. Great. Knees are soft, feet are hip width apart, belly button's drawn in so that core is activated. Whew. All right, this is our last round. Okay, so we're going to kickstand the left leg, or maybe you're going to join me right away and that left leg's lifting up for a one-legged deadlift. Here we go. Ready, set, let's go. When we deadlift, that working leg, that right leg, the knee bends a little bit, and then the movement comes through that hip joint. working into hamstring, glutes. And you'd also have the hips fired up, the mid-back muscles fired up, spinal erectors, deep core muscles. Time. Whew. All right, triceps before we do the other leg. So if you'd like, stagger your stance. I find on this hand positioning, holding the dumbbell end to end, it helps me out with holding my posture. Abs engaged. Nice and slow. Again, about 10 repetitions a set. And then just working through that full range of motion and a range of motion that your body's going to give you. So don't force it. All right, other leg deadlift. So our left leg is the working leg. We can kickstand the right or join me right away and lift that right leg up. Really feel that hamstring. All right, finishing off with those curls, and then we'll stretch. Or maybe you're going to hop onto a finisher. I've got a lot of shorter workouts that you can pop on after this if you've got more gas in the tank. Here we go. Ready? Now, we're slowing down that. That's right, the lowering part, the eccentric part of your muscle contraction. Great way to really load up the muscle and see some strength gains by focusing on that lengthening of the muscle. Let's do one more each arm. Last one. We did it. Good job, you. All right. Grab a sip of water if you need it. I see I forgot mine. So shake out those arms if you need to. We're going to do some quick stretches, and then, like I said, you can continue on with another workout, or you can give yourself a pat on the back because you got in a really good strength workout in. Let's start by stretching into the forearms, mainly because I need to. Sorry. So I want you to take the fingers as wide as you can, come down onto the knees, and now rotate so the fingertips are pointed towards your knees, and then come forward enough so the full hand is on your ground. From here, sit back on your heels, until you feel the pads just, the palm just starting to lift off of the mat, and hold. And then if you like, you can also shift it side to side, creating a different sensation. And then we'll go to center, pulling the hand off of the mat with the fingertips, the very last part to pull off. So let's go really slow and really focus on stretching each individual finger. So you're pushing down on those fingers. Oh, wow, feels good. And pull up. Nice. Left knee underneath the hip, right leg extends. Tuck that left tailbone under and then lunge forward a bit so we get that beautiful stretch in your hip flexor. Now inhale that left arm straight up. Exhale, lean away so we get into the TFL, which is about right there in the hip, which can be a little nasty muscle and tight and angry and can produce a lot of pain into the hips, pelvis, and low back. I once had a nurse email me because I'd mentioned the TFL muscle in a workout video, and she said she'd never heard of the TFL muscle, and basically insinuating that it wasn't there because she's a nurse. It was a funny email. We get some interesting ones. All right, now circle the arm back nice and slow, but I don't suspect nurses have a lot to do with TFL, but a physio would know it for sure. All right, let's do the other side. So let's start with that right knee underneath the hip. Lunge forward and then tighten up to that glute. Perfect. And then give a little bit of spinal extension. So we want to feel it through there. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, lean away. Circle the arm back nice and slow. That's going to give us a dynamic stretch to the pecs and shoulder. Have a seat. Both legs extended straight out in front of you. Hands are going to come behind you and push yourself up and then forward. So we're not rounding the back, and we're helping ourselves with keeping that posture by using our arms. Back of the knees coming down to the ground. Gaze is just past those toes, stretching into your hamstrings. Now, if you are really bendy, I'm not, but if you're really bendy, walk forward. If you're able to keep that sort of fairly neutral spine, so we want to avoid this. I'm going to stay right here. 2 more breaths. And final stretch, getting into the sides of the body, your lats, your glutes, your low back. Big toes together. Open up those knees. Walk the hands forward and have them about mat width. Sit your hips back. Keep those arms straight. Maybe even walk them forward some more. And then if your forehead can drop onto the ground, great. And walk on up. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. Listen, you can help this video out by clicking that like button so the YouTube algorithm can find it. And if you want to support the channel so that we can continue putting workouts here on YouTube, please come and join us over on Patreon. There's a link below. And hey, if you really want to get serious about your fitness, come and join us on Over 50 Fitness, all right? And again, there's a link down below. Sound like a broken record. I'm going to get out of here now. Take care. We'll see you next video. Bye.